took me out. I only played 5 minutes today. You really got to get into the game, not physically, but also mentally. Then I went to the Solon game. Now, I got there early to make sure I didn't miss anything. And I'm sitting there in the stands, and Solon cheerleaders come out, and they get in their little formation. They're up that way. And before they announce the Solon players, you guys are running through the cheerleaders, doing your warm-ups. I go, look at these fellas. They're going to own this team today because you set a standard for yourself. They got in your way. You had warm-ups to do. Now, I don't know if you do that every game, but you made a point during that game, go through their cheerleaders. You weren't rude or disrespectful. You didn't bump into anybody. But you had a system, and you had things to say, and you did your warm-ups. And you led the entire game through half, from what I remember. Came out at half. I think you went into half a little full of yourself because you're putting the wood to them. You're doing well. And you didn't score a bucket for the first 6 minutes of the next half. And they started taking advantage of their opportunities. See how that works? And you guys weren't seizing your moments because you were overconfident in your mental toughness, which will let you down. That's part of your emotional game that you have to keep in control. You can't let your emotions get the best of you. You agree? So during the game, if you paid attention to their coach, he was starting to get frustrated. Not Coach Sanders. You watch him. He gets a little hot here and there, but then he goes and sits down, talks to his assistants. Right? The other coach, tall white guys, walking around back and forth, steaming, hot, because you're making a presence. You're setting a new standard for yourself. You took advantage of your opportunities, and now you're in your moment. They came back, you got right to the end, and then you won basically at the buzzer. So those are 2 games where you saw the other team lose it during their time of adversity. Then the other game, you saw you guys take advantage of your adversity. But you have to remember, when you're beating up on a team, stay within your game. Stay within your standard. You don't want to get too high. You don't want to get too low. Because what will happen is that's where emotion, and emotion will kill you. It's good to be happy. It's good to be excited. It's good to be energetic. But thinking that you're better than somebody, that's called karma. It'll always come back to you. I don't like that word. It has a tendency to work. Would you not agree, Coach? Right. So you have to play within your game. When you play within your game, you will dominate and you will do well. The one thing I like about your team is you guys distribute the ball well. I watched one of those other teams.